The Federal and City Union Bank jointly present the Tanjavur Marathon 2025 on Sunday, February 23. This event is powered by Sri Kamachi Medical Center and Anandam Silks and organized by Tanjavur District Athletics Association.
If they hadn't made it this big, not many people would have known it. It's a bad joke, it is a vulgar joke. It should have stayed with some 1 lakh people. I think audience also play a part. I was feeling awkward to deliver a naughty joke in front of my mom.
Hello, Federal viewers. Welcome to this exclusive interview. Today, I've joined with a fellow Upma hater and a prominent stand-up comedian from the South, Praveen Kumar. So thank you so much for joining with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so unlike your other interviews, this is going to be a bit serious. Given the circumstance that's going on, the ongoing controversy around YouTuber Ranveer Allahbadia and stand-up comedian from Samay Raina. So for some context, YouTuber Ranveer Allahbadia let out some obscene, vulgar comments in Samay Raina's show, India's Got Talent. So there's obviously, two sides to the debate. But before going into that, let me first ask your first reactions on the level of outrage that's been, sparked from this controversy. FIRs are being filed. National Commission for Women has summoned everyone, even the producers of the show are not left behind. There is hashtag unsubscribe culture that's going on in social media. All videos have been, brought down. What is your reaction on the level of outrage?
See, if you ask me as a comedian, did I like the joke? No. Was it vulgar? Yes. And does it require this kind of outrage by people? Probably yes. But from the government, I don't know. From it need not have to reach police and all that. See, cancel culture is there in social media for a very long time. Even if a small joke, if it is offensive to them, they cancel that person. That is okay. That is fine. That lives within social media. But when it comes out of social media, that requires that must have been a huge thing that required people from outside social media to make a note of it. Was it worth it? No. If they hadn't made it this big, not many people would have known it. I haven't seen that video. If it was not that big, I wouldn't know that this happened. So unnecessarily, it was projected to be a huge thing, which I think it doesn't deserve to be. It is a bad joke. It is a vulgar joke. It should have stayed with some 1 lakh people, and now it is known by 1 crore people. So, yeah.
Yeah, very wisely summed up, sir. But whenever people talk about, controversies like this, freedom of speech comes up as a debate. Whenever curbing social media or censoring social media. But here in this case, do you think it has a lot to do about self-censorship and responsibility as well for the stand-up comedian?
See, I can talk about myself. See, when we are doing a live performance, people who come there paying money, or they know what to expect from you. But when you are releasing the video to the whole world, anything can happen, right? So that kind of, the judgment should have been there before releasing the video. They know this is going to get hatred. They would have already known this is, but they wouldn't have thought that this is going to go till this extent. But having said that, I'm not in a position to say whether it is good or bad, because humor is subjective. Probably that particular time the live audience would have enjoyed, and there would be some people who would have enjoyed this also even after coming online. I think audience also play a part in a comedian making a dark joke. If there is no audience for that, nobody would make a joke. A comedian would make a joke which makes the audience laugh. If there is a market for that, the comedian will continue doing it. So if anybody wants that particular joke, kind of a joke or genre of a joke to be banned, the audience should not like it. But audience are liking it. So there is a market, however niche or small, for that. But when it is released across social media, when it is reaching wider audience, there will be so many people who won't even like any dark humor. They will also watch it and they'll form their opinion, and the whole thing becomes different, right? So when you release a video, you have to be mindful of that. I'm sure they would have been mindful, but I don't know what happened there.
Because of this little, irresponsible act, do you think they have spoiled the party for every other comedian, because the government is now, their politicians, celebrities, even media houses, some of the media houses are saying there should be strict guidelines, proper curbs for stand-up comedians or social media in general. So what do you think, sir? What do you think will happen ahead? Will there be
I don't
strict
think anything
guidelines?
will happen. See, every now and then this happens. See, I think stand-up comedians are easy target, right? There are so many people who are doing more than this. There are so many things happening around the world, around the country. There are much bigger issues. Like I recently saw somebody talking about air pollution, and then that got, they got that became secondary now because of this. Become see, there are more, there are better things to talk about, which is which are important to our country rather than getting offended by a joke and which are enjoyed by one particular set of people.
Among comedians who rely on dark humor, you've been very carefully curating your art that's family friendly. How challenging is it to keep the laughs coming? Is it challenging, or how do you keep the laughs coming with family curated content?
It's not challenging as said because I talk about stuff which happens to me, right? I started off with doing little naughty jokes around about 2012, 13. I started 2008. From 2008 to 2014, I was doing little naughty jokes here and there. That was when my mom came and saw my show. I was unable to deliver it properly because I was feeling awkward to deliver a naughty joke in front of my mom. So that's when I realized, okay, this is not for me. This is not me, right? And I was doing because a lot of others are doing, and then I was not comfortable delivering the joke. So I consciously took a decision from 2015 onwards. I should not be writing any naughty slash dirty joke. Having said that, first 2 years it was difficult. When you are writing the joke, immediately you think, okay, when you add that naughty joke, that punchline will be really hard and people will laugh. You have to have huge self-control not to write that kind of a joke to get a laugh. But subsequently, by 2017 onwards, while writing itself, I'm not getting that thought. So I'm used to that now. And accordingly, audience also expect clean humor from me. They bring their kids, they bring their parents, they know what to expect from me. So see, there is no rule for stand-up comedy. If you are comfortable delivering a naughty joke, dirty joke, that's perfectly fine. If you find an audience for that, definitely that's not a wrong thing to do. But do it tastefully. That's all. There are audience. You shouldn't squirm in your seat. The audience shouldn't squirm in your seat. Make sure the audience are satisfied. If you feel that this is going to be a little controversial or offensive, think twice before uploading it in social media. This is the only thing I tell you.
The Federal and City Union Bank jointly present the Tanjavur Marathon 2025 on Sunday, February 23. This event is powered by Sri Kamachi Medical Center and Anandam Silks and organized by Tanjavur District Athletics Association.